Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. For those who are joining in for the first time, I'm converting a Ford Transit cargo van into a camper. I've already done the walls with cedar paneling. The bed platform at the back is done. Ceiling is done, so you can see those parts of the project on previous videos. And in this episode I will start building cabinets. I will start with a cabinet for the fridge. Over the fridge there will be a small wardrobe, shelving on the side, and then I'll proceed with upper cabinets on both sides. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the mock platform for the fridge, and it's just to get all the measurements, make sure it fits properly once I build the enclosure. This morning I started cutting the side of the cabinet for the fridge, but when I went into the van and put it vertical to see how it fit, I realized that the plywood was bowed, wasn't flat, so I thought there's no way I can use that. So change of plan, I decided to use that piece of plywood as the shelf to support the fridge itself. So it's a smaller piece, I could cut it, and the bow is not as visible, and it's not important anyways. I mean, not as important. That piece won't be seen. So as I started doing that, then I started building a structure to support that shelf so it would carry the weight of the fridge without any trouble. But then I got carried away and forgot to drill the vent holes for the ventilation of the fridge underneath. Like it has been planned, but as I said, I went ahead and forgot. So I'm doing that now. Of course, it won't be as nice as it would have been if I'd done it when the pieces were flat and easy to reach, but it will work just the same in the end. So I'm doing a test dry fit of the base for the fridge. So the toe kick goes all the way, the whole width of the cabinet. That's why it sticks out over there. But it's looking good. I think the sizes are correct. That's the main thing I was concerned about, making sure the fridge would fit. And it should, like the spacing will be just right all around. But so we'll have the fridge here on the platform, and then to the length of the toe kick here will be a vertical unit. I'm not too sure yet, but I'll probably have shelves. And because the fridge stops about here where you see this black mark, above will be a wardrobe and more shelving. So that's going to be quite a bit of storage all the way up to the ceiling. So my idea is to box the fridge first. That works great. At the back there's space for the cables, ventilation, height. I can pretty much box it the way I want. There's enough space, and at the front perfect, the door open, so doing good. So this cabinet is starting to look like a cabinet. So I'm using different techniques to hold it together, but it is super solid. I'm applying Sikaflex as always on some parts. I'm using pocket screws and at times wood screws. So this is the partition vertical piece that will close the fridge. So it's looking good. Everything is as square as it can be considering the conditions. I'm glad I decided to do the side panels in two separate pieces, bottom and then a top. It would have been very difficult for one person to handle a single piece, mostly considering that starting about this height, and that's why I stopped here, the wall has a slight angle, and then of course the ceiling has this curve, with one bottom piece acting as a kind of a support for the second piece. It was easier to trace, mark, and test, and so on. So this top piece is glued on the bottom one, and it's glued against this piece of plywood here using carpenter's glue, so that's going to be a very strong joint. And then in the corner here I have about 1 inch, a little bit over an inch, 3 centimeters exactly, a vertical piece of plywood that again is glued onto the side panel using carpenter's glue. And then when I placed it, as you just saw, I applied some Sikaflex against the wall and screwed that in place. So when the Sikaflex is secured, this is going to be very strong, and then I'll have shelving across. So, and you might notice here this black piece. That's an electrical panel. I have a set of outlets here that will be for an electric heater when we're in campground, so it will be hooked up straight to shore power and nothing else. On the other side is a set of outlets that will be connected to the inverter with a couple of USB ports. And in the middle are more USB ports. So this will be our charging station, like for camera batteries, iPads, and so on. And behind my electric panel, there will be a piece of plywood, again, to hide everything from the outside. And the rectangular cutout is just a vent for the fridge. I haven't filmed much during the last couple days, but I've been busy nonetheless building this cabinet. So in the bottom right corner will be the fridge. Here you can see the venting holes at the bottom. I won't finish it because it won't be seen from the outside. And then above it there's a charging station, like the dark area, for camera batteries, iPads, and so on. And then a wardrobe on the right side, the wide open space, and then shelving on the left side. So I didn't film because this was very difficult to do. Like the walls, of course, are slanted towards the inside. The ceiling is slanted toward the front and curved, and like every piece was a lot of work. But it's painted green on the outside, white on the inside, and tomorrow I'll be able to start framing so I can install the doors. So the paint is dry, and I just placed the fridge in its compartment. It's a nice fridge. It's a 65 liter, so I think it's about 4 cubic feet, if I'm correct. Comes with a little freezer compartment, little ice cube tray, and it locks in place when it's closed, so it won't open by accident. So it's hooked up at the back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up my power supply to the fridge line and just test it, make sure that it works. So this power supply is capable of delivering 50 amps continuous, so it should have no trouble running the fridge. Let's turn on the fridge and see what happens. Well, the light comes on. Well, that's a start. Yep, the fridge is on and running. I can hear the compressor. So I will stick one of these remote thermometer sensors in the fridge to make sure that the temperature is dropping. Let's put it here for now. It's 15 degrees currently in the van, so this should drop fairly quickly. So while the fridge is cooling, and it is, like the temperature's dropped already 2 degrees in it, so it's working fine. I started attaching the doors. So the doors, as I said earlier, are from IKEA. They're pre-cut doors. They're actually pre-drilled for European hinges. So because I have a frame around my cabinet, I cannot use the conventional European hinges. I need to use these, which are made for screwing into the frame and not into the sidewall. But they're soft close as well. They open 110 degrees. As I say, soft close. They're three-way adjustable. Next, I will install the knobs, and I have RV latches that will keep the doors tightly locked when we're driving. So I've got all three doors mounted. Now I have to put the buttons to like to pull them open, and attach the RV latches on the inside as well. That's not done yet, but I think it looks okay. The white on green is actually nice. It will brighten the space. And the fridge is running well. It's now down under 4 degrees Celsius, 3.8 I think, as I checked. The power supply has no trouble running the fridge. It's not getting hot or anything. So I just attached one of the RV latches. What they are is two parts. One that goes inside your cabinet and one that goes on your drawer or door face. And basically when the door is closed, you just push it and it locks in place. So this is how it works. It kind of goes against the soft close principle of the hinges because they won't go all the way. So when it is closed like this, you just press on it and the door is now securely locked in place. All right, this cabinet is done. And because we want to give the truck a touch of the different places we've lived or traveled to, we definitely want a few South American details to the van, and I have something that at some point I'll have to incorporate. But for now we've chosen these doorknobs that have little llamas in them. So that'll be a nice daily reminder of our 10 years in Argentina and travels to South America. Well guys, this is it for this video. The enclosure for the fridge and the wardrobe unit cabinet is complete. Thank you for following along and being with me on this little adventure. The next part of the project will be building an upper cabinet for the driver's side window, so right across from the entrance. So if you like this video, please click like, leave me a comment if you have questions. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.